Well, this is actually an embodiment of what video games actually were in the past. This is the most classic video game gameplay that I've ever experienced in my life. And in this video, we are going to be talking about Risk of Rain and whether it is actually worth it to purchase right now or not. So let's get it started. So Risk of Rain 2 is a pretty difficult game to explain in this day and age. In the past, it would be very simple to explain because in the past it would have been embodiment of every video game ever. But right now, things like that are actually a bit rare. In short, Risk of Rain 2 is third-person roguelike with an emphasis on combat and survival. It's actually pretty difficult to explain in one sentence, so let me explain how this game actually plays and what you will experience as soon as you will get the game. So when you start your game and you choose your class, which we will return in a second, you are basically thrown on a planet. And your goal is basically find a teleporter. And this teleporter will be in different places every time that you will start. Throughout your way, you will encounter a bunch of enemies and basically your goal is to survive. And when you find the teleporter and activate it, the boss event will trigger and boss will spawn. You have to destroy the boss and wait a certain moment until teleporter will activate and then use the teleporter. After that, you will be taken to a different stage and then you will have to repeat it again. And you will have to repeat it these stages over and over again until you reach a final boss. And yes, this game actually has a final boss. So explaining like that, this game is, well, as simple explanation of regular arcade shooter as it can be. You're basically shooting at enemies, trying to survive and to reach the boss. That's basically it. But how Risk of Rain actually implements this and all attention to detail actually makes this game far better than any other thing in this genre. And this small details just transforms the game into something extremely fun and weirdly not repetitive at all. Despite the fact that you'll be playing same levels over and over and over again, it will not feel as repetitive as you might think. But why? Let's start with the first thing. First thing is that you will never have to find a combat. Combat will always find you because enemies will start spawning all around you in different ways and you will always have something to shoot at. Second thing, by killing an enemy, you are actually gaining a currency. And you can actually exchange currency into different items that you will see scattered around. And these items transforms game into something amazing. Each and every item can give you a different effect, starting from very minor stat boosts into adding completely different gameplay elements. One of the items can actually boost your sprint speed or boost your damage a bit, while another can equip you with an electric guitar which shoots lightning that jumps between enemies. And I'm not even talking about artifacts that will give you even additional abilities. There are dozens of items like that which transforms the gameplay entirely. And what is the most important and most fun, that there is actually no cap in power that you can get through these items. Yes, all the items are actually stacking and can give you an insane amount of power. And at first it might sound bad because yeah, you really don't want genres in games like that to become easy, right? And well, it won't, because of one small thing that we'll start seeing immediately when you start your game on the right top corner of your screen, and it is a timer. Basically, when you start a game, the time starts ticking, and longer time will pass, the difficulty will start to increase. That's what will actually force you to go through the game as fast as possible to not make it extremely difficult. And that's why your overpowered items will actually never be overpowered for more than a few minutes at a time. Other than that, game actually has a difficulty levels as well. There is easy difficulty, which will be called drizzle, there is medium difficulty, which will be called rainstorm, and there is hard difficulty, which will be called the monsoon. And I highly suggest you to beat this game first on drizzle. Highly suggest you, because yeah, even on a rainstorm you will die a lot, so just don't do that. I will not be actually spoiling what happens in the game because this game has some kind of rudimentary story, at least visual storytelling. So yeah, just explore this yourself. But when you'll defeat the game, when you'll beat the game, you'll think that there won't be any more things to do, and it actually takes around 1 hour to beat the game on drizzle. It will take a bit longer on higher difficulty levels, but it's around 1 hour to beat actually the game. Or rather, just one run. But as you go through the game, you actually unlock different classes as well. And classes are basically different heroes that you can play with. And that's where the game actually starts to shine. You see, each and every hero in this game and each and every class is completely different and plays 100% differently from anyone else. If you are great with your main class, immediately after switching to the next one, you'll feel like that you're playing completely different game because they're playing that differently. One class will be a regular shooting guy with two submachine guns and shooting people, while another will be an archer, while the next one will be some kind of lizard frog creature that can spit some venom and things like that, while another will be a captain with a shotgun, while other will be an engineer with a lot of turrets and things like that. And each and every one of them will have completely different set of abilities and, well, gameplay. And ability-wise, every character has their main attack, basically your mouse 1, their secondary attack, basically your mouse 2, your heavy attack, basically pressing R on a keyboard, which deals additional damage. You'll also have a mobility skill. This mobility skill can be a simple dodge roll, or maybe teleportation, or maybe ability to fly, or just jump and leap into very, very large distances. And all of those small things combined makes this game a weirdly fun and rewarding experience, despite that you'll be playing same levels over and over again. By the way, as I said, the teleporter location will be different every time you'll play, so it won't be a just start and just go in the same spot, because the teleporter will not appear in the same spot. Plus, the levels are actually not very large. They're large enough for you to just look for the teleporter, but not extremely large for you to just waste a lot of time there. And each level will take around 10 minutes to complete, and with a boss battle at the end. And all of this makes this game incredibly fun and rewarding experience. However, there is a downside to that as well. And this can be downside for some, but not for the others. For me specifically, it was not a downside at all. It was actually a strong part of the game, but I know for a lot of people this will be a downside. And it is the game's difficulty. Game is not easy. Even on a lowest difficulty, I've seen a lot of people actually struggle to defeat the game. Yes, it can be a bit harder, especially if you waste a lot of times on the first levels and then just get steamrolled on the later levels because difficulty increases too much. Yes, this race with the time and with the combat and with bosses and with equipment, even though I haven't seen any limit on items, maybe there are, but I actually haven't seen any limit on how many items you can carry. But all of this transforms this game into something different that I've never seen for a while in the game. And this makes this game incredibly replayable. And because each and every hero needs some specific things to do in order to unlock them, you'll actually never have the same playthroughs. Oh, plus one more thing, the levels themselves, the stages that you'll progress through, will be in a different continuity. So you might start on one level and then move to the next level, and a second playthrough your second level will be completely different. So you should know that as well. It actually adds the randomness to the game. Game came out of early access in 2020, and the developers are actually updating the games constantly by adding new heroes and by adding a bunch of new items and tweaking the gameplay itself. Plus, the game runs insanely smoothly. The game is very light and very easy to run, and if you have any type of decent computer from past 6-7 years, you will be easily steamrolling 144 FPS with ease. And in this game, higher FPSs are actually incredibly important and much more enjoyable to play with. But again, these things that I liked in the game, I know that a lot of people won't like, and it is its difficulty, because the game is actually difficult and it's actually part of the gameplay for it to be difficult. And second, because you're playing same levels over and over again, for some people this might be considered as a repetitive nature, and they would not want to do that and just finish the game after one completion, which will be a huge mistake, because even after the second completion you will start discovering new things that you actually missed on your first playthrough. And as you go and as you unlock newer heroes and play with the newer heroes, this just extends gameplay a lot and makes it incredibly fun. But I know that for some people it might be a downside. Now let's get to the financial part of this video. How much this game will actually cost you. On Steam, game is available for $24.99 for tier 1 countries and $12.49 for tier 2 countries. And price can go as low as $14.99 for tier 1 countries and $7.49 for tier 2 countries. And this game is actually pretty difficult to recommend to everyone because of its arcade nature. I personally bought the game on a discount. I always knew about this game. I was always interested, but when I saw the price of $7.49, actually the deepest discount, I immediately bought this game. I didn't even think about that. I just bought this game because I knew that for that price it would be worth 100%. And if you're seeing this game closer to $10, go get this game 100%. Game is being updated constantly, and if you like the gameplay, if you have seen any type of gameplay and you liked how it looks like, and if you like the overall description of the game, then you will enjoy it a lot, and you will find a lot of enjoyment with the time with this game. However, for the higher prices, this game is actually pretty difficult to recommend to everyone. I, as a gamer of more than 20 years, understand that games like that nowadays are pretty rare, and this is one of the greatest games like a game from the recent history. But the thing that people are used to right now is completely different from the thing that I was used to when I started actually gaming. And I understand fully that this game might not be for everyone. If you have ever played arcades and if you like the thing where your actual goal is to progress and beat your own high scores, then you will enjoy this game 100%. This is an almost masterpiece of the gameplay design, and you will just enjoy every single second of it. However, if you're looking for the games, anything that is closer to the modern games, that is focused on narrative, on a story, and overall the multiple abilities and on realism, then no, this game will not be for you at all. And I can understand this. This game is actually for, well, older gamers. And to everyone that liked my description of the game and liked this type of game, get this game for any price. Even for $24.99, even for the full price, you will enjoy this game thoroughly, because this is a very rare experience in the modern era and you will enjoy every single second of it. However, if you think that $24.99 is actually expensive for just a test like that, then wait for the sale. $14.99 is actually excellent price for this game. $12.49 is actually an excellent price for this game. $7.49 is the best price for this game. Go and get this game for a discount. To everyone else who have actually never played this type of game but are interested, well, wait for a discount, or if it's right now, go and get this game and test it yourself. The game actually has a multiplayer as well, and you can go and play this playthrough with your friends as well. So if you want to do that, you can do this 100%. You will get an additional enjoyment from this game. But please be ready for the difficult and, well, repetitive nature of the game as well. Overall, I highly recommend this game to everyone who likes this genre and who liked older arcade games where your main goal was actually to beat your high score. You will love this game, and I highly recommend. To everyone else, if you want to test this and if you have never played this type of games and want to test it, go and get this game on a discount. And if you never like these types of games, yeah, you won't enjoy this one as well. And it's actually okay to like something that other people dislike, or dislike something that other people like. We'll all have different backgrounds and we'll all have different opinions, and to be fair, none of them are invalid. Well, this will be it for today. Thank you for being here with me. Have you ever played Risk of Rain, or have you ever played older arcade games like this one? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for being here with me. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. See ya.